My name's Andrea Goyen, and I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at 10 Strands, and I oversee the Data Initiative for Environmental and Climate Action in California schools. This video goes in depth on the district indicators for progress, specifically the statewide indicators page. As you go down into the page, you'll see that there's a lot. And so what we did was we put a table of contents together to help you navigate it. And I'm going to walk through each of the different chunks here just so that you have a voice over to this page. So I'll start with the indicator tracking system. What we've done here is that we tried to identify and communicate trends in environmental literacy and sustainability across California schools. And what we did was we created an indicator status system to help group some of these trends and in progress into 4 different buckets. So we've got board commitments, plans, communications and awards, staff capacity investment, and district-wide environmental literacy and action initiatives. If you're unsure about any of these, please do check out the glossary. It'll take you to a page that actually walks you through each and every one of those terms in more depth so you can get an understanding of why we chose these and how we got feedback from the field about these being really important. Now over to the graphic that is sort of like the map of our indicator tracking system. So you'll see those 4 different categories here, and you'll note that what we did was we were looking for evidence of any of these things as we scrape the web, looking for progress that our districts might be doing. And then we combined it all together into a point system, not to say that these are the only indicators that are out there, but just to make it a little easier to compare the districts. So you'll find as you go down a little further that we actually have a map showing how each school district has performed so far in that indicator tracking system based on public evidence that you can find on the internet and also through data validation. And you'll see that if you want to use some of the interactive tools that help you narrow this down by scale or equity or some of the other broader context factors, you can actually do that. And there's a video that teaches you how to use the interactive tools. You might be somebody who wants to see the data displayed a little bit differently. Like you might be thinking, I'd like to see this more by enrollment size. So we have that as well here. And then you might be thinking, actually, I'd like to go a lot more deep into some of the indicator categories. Like I want to know what percentage of school districts have made progress in some of those bucketed categories that we mentioned before. So you could do that there. And then you can dive even deeper into some of that by thinking it by region, but also by looking at just each individual indicator category. So for example, if you wanted to know, okay, what's really going on with each and every one of those board policies that were listed there, you can find what percentage of school districts are doing that. If you wanted to better understand some of the progress initiatives in the campus or in curriculum, you can check out some of these findings here. And then if you want to go much, much deeper and really think about all of this based on a specific district, you can actually go over to our district data validation page and look for each individual specific district and see what they're doing. So there's lots of different ways to look at the data. Think about this page as more of like an overview to everything that's happening. And if you want to dive deeper, go over to the district data validation page. Okay. And then I'll just note it keeps going. You can look at this for all these different indicators that you might be interested in.